Hello, good morning. This is Vulcan's Frontier. It's for the journey, and it's time for another space trucking adventure here in the verse. Let's catch the light and do a short mission here, perhaps, and then head over to Microtech, some sightseeing and some missions. So without further ado, we're in Area 18. Let's recall our Aurora Mark 1 and continue gathering those AUACs and do some sightseeing as we catch the subtleties, wonders and ambience here in the verse. This is Vulcan's Frontier welcoming everybody aboard. Without further ado, let's begin. I hope you're all doing very well.
Welcome to the
So retrieve our Aurora Mark 1. And this will be a practice both in the subtle wonders of the verse, but also silent moments. Make sure we get that hyperlight feeling. Sweet. The solitary speck cast into the abundant Everdark. Let's see if we can do a short mission here. Again, we've got some planetary, stellar journeys as well, and a whole range of other wonders to consider. Let's see if we can find a single. Okay, so this is the carbon, so we'll do that one. Quick mission here. Oh, we've got it. Oh, I didn't notice that it was a 10 SCU. I'm sure we can facilitate a 10 SCU journey as we journey on through the spectacular ambience. Oops. Adapting to the engineering update here in the verse. Like a Memorial Spaceport. So let's head on up. The post-edit status will do some, try and edit out some idle moments so we can experience the journey with more variation. But we'll see how we fare. Oops. Okay, let's track the gear and open the doors to the impressive cityscape, or the megascape. Daylight here. The temperate winds cast over the cityscapes here. Megatropolis. Out in the verse. And in Area 18. Certainly, whatever light conditions there are, there's always a spectacular exercise in detail. Especially leaving in the daylight, you get a real sense of this multi-layered city planet. Always a spectacle. So let's go ahead and engage the super cruise. The islands separating a vast city sea. See our calibration, or we can hear our calibration. So let's do a short hop to our shipment collection point.
deployed. Shields all. Landing gear raised.
There's a bit of a lag, specifically with the requesting ATC clearance and also retracting the gear, and the knack of reducing your speed just enough so there are no risks to collision. A spectacular moment. The depth perception of the station here at Bajani Point and the impressive planetary visuals here in our corp. Let's get to our destination.
Landing complete.
Touchdown successful.
System off.
Whoopsie. Something has happened. Seems like we're okay. Ah, we're in this. Okay, let's not. We seem to have fallen through the. First here, let's see, we've fallen through the storage.
Welcome to Aerospace Industries.
Let's rise up.
System check.
Okay, first time we've been down there. And okay, we're stuck in the. The subtleties of the verse are obviously hampered somewhat by some of the other elements that happen. That's to be expected. And we seem to have fallen through the floor here. Okay. So I wonder how. Let's see if we can. Quest clearance. Will that resolve our... So the first of these, causing slightly immersion breaking experiences. But, such are the occurrences that make our verse journey that much more interesting. Store. Very interesting. Seem to have fallen through. And we're unable to come through. What we will do is, if this is the case, we'll recheck and we'll do a mission here. We'll head over immediately to Microtech and see what could be accomplished over there. Lots to experience, even with the small inconsistencies in the verse. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll head on back down to the floor. We're not too far from our home planet, or home, as it were, so we can't get to the terminals. Will we fall through? No, a very interesting perspective, however. But that certainly doesn't help us in the impressive view. Very interesting from this perspective. This is where the ships get sorted and obviously repaired. And I don't think we don't want to provide any character breaking elements in respect of this, so what we'll do is we'll exit, and then hopefully we'll end up at the point, Bajani Point. So let's see if this is going to be successful. It's but a small accident in our intentions. So for timekeeping purposes, well, let's see what we can do over in Microtech. So we're conscious in ensuring the comfortable moments are accompanied by silent ones as we try to get the best of the verse. An opportunity to hydrate with some Java. Okay. Successful. So we've started here, so let's go ahead and we've managed to re-emerge here in the easy habitation area. Port Tressler memories. So let's see now if we can head on over and commence our journey. The first, a spectacular view at Arccorp was opportunity to have a look out from beyond the protective windows here. A spectacular view. Bajani Point and the impressive city planet beyond.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay. This is certainly not these are obviously bricked, but let's recall.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay. The question remains, do we head to Microtech, and we'll do some do some missions. Over. Microtech. and restored. Our Aurora has been saved. A comfortable aesthetic of this classic spacecraft.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Let's retract the gear, request our departure, and begin our journey. Do a few missions over in Microtech. It's taken some time, about 2 or 3 or 4 minutes out. It was a spectacle to see the different hangars, from the AeroView hangar, the Self-Land hangar, different styles, methods, and aesthetics that each environment has, especially the over in Orison, another spectacular location. Okay, so let's select and journey on. With Microtech selected. Journey through the vast distances.
Shields off.
And head on over to some missions. Let's watch our corp disappear. And head on over. Impressive quantum drive. Speed of the and distance. A low frequency effect rumble. Especially poignant in some of the larger ships where you can obviously disembark or exit your seat and indeed explore some of the habitation and recreation areas, take a seat as you journey these vast distances. Fox Frontier hopes everybody is doing very well as we find our feet and journey on through, creating a conduit away from the otherworldly spaces to these marvelous, engrossing worlds. never did have the opportunity to, it's the first time, to actually clip through the hangar storage, end up in the space where the ships get interchanged. So discovering more spaces unintentionally. But, that's naturally to be expected. As we journey on through and see what other surprises await us. Certainly a distance we can see Microtech coming into view. It's certainly quite a journey.
Water fuel is at 50%.
Okay, we're approaching Microtech very shortly. It was a good few minutes. Our quantum drive of the quantum conduit spooling down as Microtech comes into view. That's a spectacular journey, and again a journey in ambience, silence, as we crossed a large section of Stanton, and we're here. So what we'll do now is go ahead and see if we can accept any local planetary contacts here. So we've got various other locations. We've got one SCU. So this looks like aluminium. Looks like a good one. At least it provides some variation in the different locations.
Quantum drive is now on.
Certainly in maneuvering and doing certain consignments in different environments provides a greater variation. We've inadvertently arrived into New Babbage. was a spectacular sight. We'll touch down near enough in New Babbage, have a wander stroll through the icy spaces and the cityscapes. A spectacular, this favourite Falcon's Frontier, but intentions are to collect the shipment. The shipment is at Port Tressler. Yes.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
So let's head over to Port Tressler. Very, quite a spectacular view, seeing Port Tressler from the surface. New Babbage.
Shields are landing gear deployed.
Seeing the circular lights, especially when Stanton is setting, and you have the light diffuse through the atmosphere. That boreal forest effect. Spectacular scenes. But now let's see if we can dock here in Port Tressler. Was tempting to boost. As we get ever closer. Let's see if we don't clip through this time. Self-hand land hanger once again.
Landing complete.
Landing complete. Okay, so let's go ahead and equip our multi-tool and get our aluminium. Again, this presentation will be chaptered, allowing for some, obviously, easy scanning throughout the presentation. So 3 SCU of aluminium to transfer, making sure that we don't break the freight manager by looking away. A discussion on the ambience over down in New Babbage, especially the architecture, the hyper-cool spaces, perfect for those intense, data-intensive, high-level computer operations that are required over here in the perfect conditions to allow for some high-level computer operations. Oopsie, data processing plants. Always a favorite. Thermal dissipation. Favorite here over in Microtech. Let's be quite cautious. 1.2 tons of aluminium as we connect that, and we're ready to go. You can do close external as well. So slide in and gauge the systems. We didn't turn anything off, so we're ready to request departure and head down to the Grey Cat Stanton or Production Complex A. Once more, the doors open into the abyss. So much detail, so much to learn. There we can see the Matrix and the New Babbage, the interstellar spaceport. A screenshot moment, perhaps, coupled with that impressive low frequency effect sound. Okay, let's go ahead. Delivery. So I wonder if we're able to select the deliver shipment. Yes, that's selected. And we can select the deliver shipment. So let's see how that
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
operates. And just calibrating to deliver our shipment. We'll be going on the
Quantum drive is now on.
inside a spectacular viewing space and around the Aurora Mark 1. So great moments. We're just arriving on the Terminator. So we're near enough, close to the Terminator.
Quantum drive is now off.
Certainly spectacular. Okay, make sure we turn our Super Cruise off and deploy the gear for maximum braking. We await the announcement. We know the plans for Artemis 3. The crew have been selected. So we're now waiting to see Blue Origin's and SpaceX's Starship. Okay. So security controlled area. We've got the cruise mode disengaged. Again, especially with the lights reflecting. Uniquely impressive location. That just gives impressive sort of variation in our consignments, allowing us to see different parts of Microtech and the verse.
Shields on.
Okay. Hopefully we can request sometimes it functions, at other times it requires our manual interface here to request clearance to land, and here we have.
Landing gear deployed.
The specific approaches to various hangars. We've got a large hangar here. Let's see if we can touch down comfortably onto this unusual complex here. Landing complete. There's a subtle, impressive visual splendor in delivering consignments and exploring parts of the more scenic planets in and around Microtech when the light is rising or during sunset and sunrise. It's uniquely inspiring. We'll obviously take some time to have a look at that, perhaps nestle ourselves into the comfortable area here, do a bit of a few reflective moments here. Lots to do in the verse. So here is the freight elevator. Two freight elevators. Let's get the lay of the... So it does pay to actually go near the freight elevator. We'll get the maxi lift. We did say we were going to get some wares. It does as we learn the specific methods, it is useful to land near the freight elevator. 1.2 tons at 25 meters nearly. Certainly certainly an impressive tractor beam. And more AUAC. The ultimate journey to the Mercury Star Runner, the first of many ships, perhaps, as we continue. But there we have it. 3 to deliver, 3 delivered. There's a wonderful thing about completing the consignment, especially in the verse. Okay. Let's go on back to Port Tressler. Very deep, very, very impressive location here. The huge hangar, these megastructures, specifically the megastructures in and around Hurston. Those are huge installations. Really rather spectacular. Always love the sound of the residual systems. Okay, we haven't turned anything off, so it's just a matter of requesting our departure. If it works, no, it requires us to hail manually.
You are clear to launch.
Okay, head over back to Port Tressler. Then we'll spectacular view here.
Thank you, and please visit again.
We will be in the next consignment. Just trying to capture the ethereal blue. But fresh, refreshing, cool Microtech air. Stands and reflects off those cloud layers, creating those marvelous light shafts. The only photorealistic environment of these spaces that we can visit. And do a virtual moment in reflection, hopefully inspiring those to explore the real outdoors. Let's see where. Port Tressler. Collect. So it is working. Our routing is working. So orbital marker.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, so we have to go round, right round.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Shipment collection.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, that was deploy the gear and disable super cruise at about 12, usually do it around 10 kilometers.
Shields on. Landing gear deployed.
Let's hail for the next set here. It's the only danger you don't want to super boost or have your spacecraft crash into the... Although we've all done it. like what's going to happen now, I think. Yes. That's failed. Well, it was the first time for everything. It's rather unfortunate. Got lost. And we're back in Area 18. Oh dear. There goes our consignment. Well, it does create, as per the reality of... Okay, we still have our consignment. Okay, we were saying, obviously, not intending to do that, but that's exactly what we've done. And we haven't lost our... But again, we're here in Area 18. And again, a bit laggy as well, a bit problematic in our frame rates.
Let's see if we can't get you sorted.
So we've returned back. So what we'll do, again, let's have a look out beyond in Area 18 from the hospital there. The reality of 59.4 gigameters. So, the distance, millions of kilometers away. And we're here. Well, we've got 3 delivered. It hasn't lost our consignment delivery. So what we'll do is we'll reconvene, because it's going to take a journey back to Microtech. Always important to watch your speed. It didn't seem to go back. It didn't seem to have the cruise to return back to normal. Usually the speed reduces much faster. That's probably something we did wrong. Alas, such are the realities of making sure that you always fly safe. Okay, let's head to the lobby and we'll reconvene. We'll obviously edit this and reconvene back at Port Tressler to collect our additional components. I'll see you shortly. Hello and welcome back. Yes, we were talking about not boosting in around stations, and we suffered a fatality. We regenerated in Area 18, but we're back here in Port Tressler as we continue our space trucking odyssey. Much apologies. We're back, restored, and ready to complete our consignment delivery of aluminium to Grey Cat stations, Stanton's for Production Complex A on the surface here at Microtech. So, without further ado, let's continue the journey. We've got some sightseeing as well. More subtleties and wonders in the verse. Well, we were locked in a crate, locked in a hangar initially, and we crashed into Port Tressler. Part of our experiences to add to our repertoire of various verse wonders. But now, let's finish our delivery here. So whilst we're indeed over in Area 18, had a look at the ship rentals and attempted to hire a C1 Spirit, a favourite of Falcon's Frontier, to continue our journey, and also the Drake Golem, the miner, as well as some salvage. There's so much so many solutions and options, alternatives But it's a never-ending odyssey here. As we appreciate the ambience. Trying to make sure that some presentations will be longer, but you have the added advantage of selecting particular locations or chapters. Our focus is more on the experience that the verse brings, rather than the practicalities that come with it. So we will be possibly doing some excellent sightseeing. Perhaps have a wander stroll through New Babbage. It is a spectacular city. Okay. This time, hopefully there won't be any problems. As we slide on in and deliver a next consignment. Let's go ahead and close external. Let's see how we open exterior, close exterior. Once we get the hang of the subtleties and going in between different stations, different planetary groups such as Crusader, Orison, Area 18, Hurston, get the kind of gist of the intent. Making sure that we increase our delivery efficiency. There's the deliver shipments. We can use our shipment delivery here. To calibrate to the yes, we are indeed.
Quantum drive is now on.
This is certainly quite a scenic location. Particularly good if we do some sightseeing around here. All too conscious of ensuring that our inertia slows down before we make any errors in our approach to The production complex A.
Shields on. Landing gear deployed.
So landing gear
Landing gear
deployed. So it is a spectacular location, very scenic indeed. Be able to do some proper sightseeing here. Especially with the views and spaces, the sounds, the ambience. So we've got the large hangar opening. I wonder if indeed you're able to explore this complex. Very conscious of our speed here. Touchdown near.
Landing gear deployed.
A freight elevator. Make our deliveries that much more efficient.
Landing complete.
So much depth and detail in all these virtual worlds. They really are a spectacular practice in imagination. It's certainly more efficient. Making sure it locks to the grid. And what's great here is you're able to slide the cargo immediately underneath. You don't have to, which is particularly useful. Efficiency. Okay. And we have 2 more to collect from Port Tressler. Let's hope this time that we don't crash into Port Tressler. It's such a huge complex. I wonder indeed if we're able to explore the details of this particular complex. And there's the exit. We'll have a look when we come by. Maybe do a bit of an exploration here. And then head on out locally. I want to perhaps have a stroll in the daylight. Do like the ambience, the sounds of the aurora, and the C1. We hope to get that. So many ships to get, but yeah, lie down in the comfortable surround of the aurora as we hear the low frequency effect sounds and out from beyond the protective shell, the viewing windows. Cozy spaces in the verse. Okay, we haven't turned anything off, so we'll just request our departure.
Take off.
Okay, doesn't seem to work when you do the shortcut. So we've got... We'll do an up and out view after we engage Super Cruise. Gears retracted. No. Let's retract the gear. Okay, this is the up and out. We've got the cruise control. So that's all a good one, the up and out system here.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Indeed we will. Spectacular view. So that seamless integration between these snowy spaces on the surface up into the atmosphere beyond. You can almost breathe in the crisp, clear, refreshing air here. Okay, so let's head on out and head back to Port Tressler for the final 2 more SCUs.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Make sure that we take in the views and moments of solitude as we do our journeys. Very important to take note, even if it's just a moment's reflection.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Okay, the danger now is making sure that we disable Super Cruise. And gear deployment. So this is Falcon's Frontier requesting clearance and approach into Port Tressler. Okay, that's not as much boost as we're going to do here. It's so tempting to boost away and then it's back to Area 18, the medical facility, which is not ideal when we want to complete our assignments. To get the hang of maneuvering into and around the space, and we're locked at 29 meters per second with the gear down, so it shouldn't be a problem. 2 more SCU to deliver. Not really something uniquely satisfying in completing a delivery or any other particular task, be it the verse or in any other task. But again, increasing our AUAC as we journey on. 2 more left, and our contract will be complete. wonder if we will be successful, will we suffer, or will we run into any further problems. Let's see if we're able to attach it from under here as we learn the systems. Yes, it auto-attaches, so no need to go behind the ship. So our final contracted 1.2 tons of aluminium placed neatly under the Aurora Mark 1. Locked in, holster, and get back to the complex. Consignment complete. Request departure. This is Falcon's Frontier requesting. Usually it works when you do the shortcut, which is I believe Alt N. That N is the shortcut key for gear retraction. Once more, we open up into the Everdark. Let's see where journey takes us. So we can either explore Complex A, have a look at Complex A, or make sure we exit calmly. We can either explore Complex A or, in fact, land near it to have a look at the wonderful scenery, or to do another assignment. The space is open. The beauty of the verse in blazing your own trail. So we can select to deliver the shipment, providing us
Shields off.
with the appropriate routing.
Bottom drive is now on. Bottom drive is now off.
We'll be having a test of the ships as and when we come across them, having a look at their various features, testing them against different environments, and again, seeing how they fare in and around the verse, so we can catch the light. And experience the journey.
Drive is now on.
Being mindful of our H2 and our quantum fuel. The Aurora Mark 1. A workhorse and a spectacular vehicle. Again, amongst all the others, but I think the C2 C1 Spirit is an excellent vehicle. And it's, I believe, 31,000 credits per day. So if we do quite a few assignments, we'll be able to break into profit and exceed the shipments, rather than just breaking even with those rental facilities, also with the additional ships. Did visit once the Sakura Sun Goldenrod station. I wonder if in fact this is the same design as that additional complex. But let's head on down. Okay, disable Super Cruise, deploy the gear, and do the manual hailing system. Focus Frontier requesting. Our approach for the final delivery of our aluminium products to your facility. Okay, we've got a hangar this side. Don't be too tempted by our boost. That wouldn't be good. Making sure we land in the freight elevator. Those little workarounds, these little systems, increasing the efficiency in around the verse. The ship controls do become that more sensitive, that much more sensitive when you're inside the hangar.
Landing complete.
Okay. So let's complete the assignment. Must feel the cool air rush through from the hangar doors. As these huge structures lock in and close. Okay, the more we discover in the verse, the more we'll take note of various systems, so we don't miss anything spectacular. Oopsie. That's from the floor. This one has to be quite careful. A little bit carried away with the speed. Just want to complete this particular assignment. It's the specific way in which you operate the freight manager on planetary surfaces as well, which also causes some issues. Entering private property. Okay, leave area will be trespassing. And there we have it, 50 AUAC, and we've received it. 141. Our journey continues. So we're asked to leave. It looks like we're not welcome here if we have no further business, but we managed to successfully complete our objective. Journey to the ships in the verse, and our experiences continue. Let's see if there's a submission in the accepted contracts. Or is it just simply automatically accepted? Seems like it automatically accepts. So let's not upset anyone here.
You are clear to launch.
Leave the area. Okay, 141,000 credits. And counting. Trying to get up to 20, 30, 40 million. It seems like the same structure as the
Thank you, and please visit again.
Goldenrod Center. So what we'll do is we'll skim across. Say thank you. Complete our objective. How about have a moment? Surface here. We're still in the range of the area, so we want to escape. Engage Super Cruise. Again, lots to learn in the internal systems of the various ships from the engineering perspective. Okay, we've left private property, so we're now free to have a wander in around the spaces here. Pick a mix of various experiences and environments. And more consignments. One is tempted to continue the consignment journey. One is tempted to listen to these low frequency effect sounds and explore some of the unique spaces here. Microtech. This is indeed going to be a long presentation, but in light of that, we'll make sure that our presentation consists of some of these environments and experiences, so there is a good mix of various episodes or scenarios in the presentation. I want to select the presentation that best suits. But pick a mix of a buffet of experiences here in Star Citizen here, and with our trusty Aurora Mark 1. This is quite a spectacular location. Quite special choosing a location above and beyond these spaces here. A unique topography. It allows for some interesting moments. Reminded of C.S. Lewis and Narnia as we step into this icy world. to be particularly conscious with the engineering module. Durability and degrading the depreciation is built into the system components, so one has to be conscious. It looks like we've suffered some small damage on the surface. As we get ever closer, the resolution increasing. There are some unique spaces, especially on some websites that list some spectacular locations, some scenic locations. One's particular is Harper's Point, place beside the lake. But here, let's practice some solitude. All of a sudden, silence. Great place to have a little lie down and set off onto a slumber. A very nice day, not windy. Certainly quite eerie, quite goosebumpy actually. Oh, spectacular. No sound. Slowly, you can even hear your footfall compress the snow. Somewhere on the surface here of Microtech. Reasonable temperature, minus 24 degrees with our suit. In subtle moments of both tasking and the ambient spaces, It really does provide you with a great mix of experiences. Let's find a location and stand in resolute silence. It's a job well done. And a moment's reflection. Here in the verse, on the surface somewhere, on Microtech. In moments of solitude and wonder, in reflection and spaces of inspiration, we continue our journey of these worlds born in the very crucible of our imagination as we journey on through, experiencing these products of creativity, these digital dreams, these artworks and spaces here to ignite and kindle that inspirational journey of here the verse, the inner verse, and spaces beyond. Journeys of wonder, story, and reflection. All here to be experienced and hopefully impart that sense of wonder here with Vulcan's Frontier. the journeys that await us in the hope to create that wondrous source of inspiration for all of us. Whether it's in the virtual world or indeed worlds beyond. Whether it be the wonders of the ever-dark spaces in the cosmos, these virtual spaces here, in and around the universe of our own imagination. Let's continue creating, and always remain inspired. This is spectacular, especially when there's no sound. There's a bit of prose there to help anyone who's got some writer's block, perhaps. Continue the journey. But again, a spectacular moment, as you can really appreciate. It's a subtle space of pure silence. And that sound is in the background. Perhaps ice sheet shifting. Huge land masses being pushed. This Microtech surface continues to recalibrate itself after its terraforming error. There's lots of snow. Walked onto these trapped, caught by these evergreens, coniferous trees. Deliveries to experiences. From icy plains to mountain ranges to oxidized lands to open hangars and orbiting stations to wonders abound. And from here to consignments and missions, to cityscapes, vast, detailed, engrossing spaces. They're all here, present in the verse, present in our dreams, present in our creativity. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little journey here, a little wonder stroll through. But what we'll do now is we'll conclude our session by heading on back to our Mark 1. Again, a really unique spot, especially with this when there's no sound. You really get the atmosphere. It looks like we have a... Okay. Much apologies. Well, it was going well until that happened. Unfortunately, a network error. Much apologies. But now, without obviously heading back to the Aurora, we were going to log out in the Aurora on that surface. We had a disconnect, so we'll conclude the session and resume our verse journeys amongst others. So all that's left to say is Fox Frontier hopes you've enjoyed the journey, and we'll continue and recommence our verse journeys. This is Fox Frontier wishing everybody a safe onward journey. Until next time, remain inspired, and goodbye for now.